matter how busy you ever got, you always found time for me. I can't believe I'm never gonna speak to you again.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother,
What is this, Danny?
I found it.
will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.
It's me. Don't let her take my babies.
Is what happened to Paul. It happened to us.
This evil creates terror through total chaos.
Future's not ours to see.
All you can do is run.
I'm getting us out of here.
You'd be a good mom someday, Honeybath.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids. Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
What will be, will be.
Eeny, meeny, miny. You.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Kuya P, NRW Nerds rule the world, and I just got out of the press screening here at the Regal Majestic for Evil Dead Rises. And so here's my initial thoughts, yo. If you are a fan of the Evil Dead franchise, if you're a fan of Army of the Dead, it has all of those things you love from there. The Necronomicon, the having a shotgun, having a chainsaw. If you like gore, if you like blood, it's a bloody good time. It's all the things you love about Evil Dead, and they captured it. If this is a new chapter in it, with it being Evil Dead Rise, then I'm in for it. It's not Citizen Kane, y'all. It's horror, it's jump scares, and a lot of blood and a lot of craziness. It's wild. Check it out. Drops Friday, April 21st. I'll have my full review on the channel, the NRW, and well as my opinion on WTOP, y'all. So there you go. Shout out to Regal Majestic. Shout out to Market. Shout out to my peoples at Allied. Evil Dead Rises, y'all. Friday, April 21st. Go check it out. Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, as well as my thoughts coming out of the press screening for the film. So as we do, we give you our full review. Going to break down the story, break down the cast, as well as give you my, I guess, more in-depth thoughts, as you already kind of saw coming out of the film. So this film starts off with the day after, if you will, and we're in the forest, we're hanging out on a pier, and then all of a sudden, what's up with the friend that this back at the cabin? So we go check on the friend. She's not acting right. Something happens there, y'all. I'm trying not to spoil, which then leads back to the pier, and then we see the scroll of the opening credits, Evil Dead Rise. Insanity, y'all, already off to a bloody start. Now for the rest of the film, we see what happens the day before, and there's this family that are staying at this apartment complex that isn't the greatest. It's kind of decayed and dying, but they are happy. And then all of a sudden, the sister of the mother comes to visit to be back with the family, because she was out as a roadie doing her thing, but now has something going on with her that she needs to be with the family. So the family's all together. and then all of a sudden an earthquake happens, y'all, and it leaves cuts into the earth. And I'm a young kid who, what's that? There's a hole here in this earth piece right here, and I need to see what's going on. White people, please stop. Anyway, goes down there, sees this old empty bank vault, finds this book. It's called Evil Dead, y'all. This book, the Necronomicon. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not the best with it. Pulls that out and also some records. Let's go check this thing out. And so that leads us onto the journey, without spoiling the film, because I don't want to spoil the film for y'all, of, we look into this book and we listen to this music or the stuff that's on this record, and it just starts to change things. Supernatural things start to happen, and we get this amazing film, this bloody film called Evil Dead Rise. There you go. That's the genesis of the story without spoiling, because this is horror films. We don't want to spoil the good horror films. So there you go. Our actors on this film. But before I get to the actors, I'm going to shout out the writer, director of this film, Lee Cronin. I haven't seen him do a lot of work before, but he's done work on The Hole in the Ground, Ghost Train. He also was part of 50 States of Fright, directing some episodes of that. I think he did a great job with this. I enjoyed what he gave us cinematically, and the writing was pretty decent, I felt, in its delivery. So shout out to Lee Cronin on the writing, directing chores. Our mother in this, worst mother ever, at least her role in this, Elisa Sutherland. Not too familiar with her work, but she was on Vikings. She's done a lot of modeling work before she got into acting for Calvin Klein, Coco Chanel, Ralph Lauren, Bulgari. You've also seen her in The Mist, as well as The Devil Wears Prada. Shout out to Elisa Sutherland. The sister is in this film is played by Lily Sullivan. You've seen her on Mental, Bark Skins, as well as Picnic at Hanging Rock. We also have Morgan DeVee, who plays Danny. You've seen him in The Tree, One Piece, Terra Nova, and other projects. Shout out to Morgan DeVee. And we have Gabrielle Eccles, who's one of the siblings in this project. You've seen her on Reminisce, as well as Evil Dead Rise. So she's a young actress in the game. Shout out to them. As always, I want to give a shout out to the entire cast and crew. Those are just some highlights of the actors, but there's many more actors that were involved with this project, and also the crew behind the film. It takes a village to make a film. So as I like to do, always give shout out to the entire cast and crew who killed it on the film. So that's your basic plot. That's your basics. Those are your actors, your cast, your crew. My thoughts. You saw from me coming out of the film. I enjoy this film, y'all. I've been a here and there horror fan. I do love my blood and guts every now and then. I love my slashers. The supernatural stuff is cool. I don't always go for the supernatural stuff, but this was Evil Dead, and I'm somewhat familiar with the Evil Dead franchise. I will say I'm not the biggest Evil Dead person. I saw the original Evil Dead films way back in the day because they are very old school. Army of Darkness, all of that. I'm aware of Bruce Campbell, who blew up from this. Sam Raimi, all of them have gone into other projects and have entered the pantheon of popular culture. And Evil Dead has always been, one of those significant franchises. And this is, looking at my notes, this was the 5th installment. If you know about all that and were worried about going into this film, that do I need to know all about that all about those other films? Do I need to see all those other films before watching Evil Dead Rise? I say no. I came in like a blank slate. I did know about those projects, but I didn't, break it down and was just like, oh, it's got to be this and the third, where a lot of, super fans may feel when they bring a project into that same franchise, they need to have all of it to run on that. I went in with a blank slate and I had a good time. Straightforward horror film, straightforward supernatural film, a lot of blood, a lot of guts, which I was cool with. I thought, again, shout out to Lee Cronin on the writing and directing chores. I think what he presented to us was very cool cinematically. It's about a mom getting possessed and then going after her kids. They delivered on that, who gets possessed from the Evil Dead, the Necronomicon that, her family brings into the household, and that, brings on this cast of characters and other events, and thought they captured it well. It had a lot of great jump scares, some good bloody horror moments that you want to see. You want them to go all the way with it. They did that. And yeah, a lot of pluses for me. I don't really have a lot of negatives in this, if at all. For the cast, I thought they did their jobs phenomenally. And the fact that I hadn't seen their other work didn't have me go in with any preconceived notions or, feeling some kind of way. They just played their roles and they did that. It was acted. They did exactly what they needed to do and they delivered. And I was escaping. We watch films to escape from everything else, and this was an escape from the rest of the world. And I found myself in this crazy, scary world, and had a lot of fun. Evil Dead Rise, y'all. I recommend it. No negatives, y'all. I can't think of anything negative. I think they did a good job on the story. My only negative is I wanted to know more towards the end and what happened to certain characters and where they're going to possibly go with it. It was a lot of fun. A great scary film. If you jump at a lot of horror films, bring that significant other or friend that will be there to support you and give you that good hug and let you know it's just a movie. You're gonna be okay. Had so much fun on this. It was a great ride, and I'm happy I saw it. Evil Dead Rise, y'all, in theaters now. It's your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Check out the rest of our reviews. I'm sorry if this review is weird. Generally, when I do reviews, I do it with other people on the channel so we could have a little bit more of a give and take. But for me, man, this was straightforward. Good film. I enjoyed it. Had a good time. It hit on the cylinders. It was your traditional horror film, and they captured it, and it was done brilliantly, and I had a good time. And I want to see what they're going to do more. Yeah. A lot of good stuff from the Evil Dead franchise were put in there. Some sprinklings. We got a chainsaw. I'll say that. We got a shotgun. No Bruce Campbell, but I don't think we needed Bruce Campbell for this. Maybe, other way down the line. But for what we got here, I'm cool with this. I had fun with this. Evil Dead Rise, y'all. In theaters now. It's your boy Kuya P. Follow us at the NRW and NRW Wednesday, where Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you hit that like bell, that notification bell. You like us. You subscribe. Do all the things. It's your boy Kuya P, man. I'm out.